Hey guys, Robbie here for a new video. Have you seen this controller before? Probably you had, right? It's easy, it's convenient, it's comfort, right? Everything loves to play games using this controller. So what about this guy down here? It's the Hitbox or all button controller. What about this? This is easy. This is easier or harder compared to the regular controller. So my first impressions in this video and how the next video will be using this controller in fighting games and the other styles as well. So let's check it out. Hey, yeah, that's right. So let's see what we can do with this new controller. For who is not familiar, I'll be explaining to you the basics behind that, right? So as you can see here, this controller is totally based on buttons. So we don't have the directions that we usually have in this kind of controller. For example, the PlayStation 5 DualShock controller, right? So here, for example, use your thumb for the directions up, down, left, right. Okay, while you use the right thumb for the comment for the inputs or the comment bottoms, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, or square, triangle, X, circle in the PlayStation 5 or in the other controllers, with this similar design. But here, as you can see, we have everything in the bottoms and it's very easy to understand. For example, here in my left side, or this design is very nice, and I'll explain you why. We have the left, down, right, and then down here we have the up. But you can ask why we have the up button down here instead of in the up position. Because here it's easy to avoid jumping all the time during fighting games. The logic behind that is because usually in the fighting games, when you play fighting games, if you play fighting games, you are not allowed to jump a lot, or if you jump as much as you want. But normally we can't lock on jump. So the basic thing behind that is to keep you safe from jumping in fighting games, right? Also, it's more convenient to keep the thumbs on control of that button. Although it's hard to your brain to understand at first moment how that is possible. You are looking for the up button on top here instead of down here. But this is just a matter of time and practice. And believe me, you feel 100% comfortable in doing jumps or in this kind of fighting games or another styles of games that you can play with. Here we have Mortal Kombat here is one of the games that I played the most in PlayStation 5. And here we have all the command buttons on the right side. So basically you place your hands on top of these buttons. Usually I keep the both thumbs here. Normally I use the right thumb for jump, right? Like you're seeing now, okay? And if you want to jump forward or jump back, you have to use the both buttons here to back or jump forward or jump backward, right? It's a bit complicated and tricky at the first time. It's important to say I'm not a pro player. I'm just a casual player. Also, I just purchased this controller, which is very tricky for beginners like me. And I'll be sharing with you guys my experiences and my impressions. But for what I can see for now, is this is very responsive. And look, I can control my character very fast pressing 2 2 for, dash, forward dash and back dash. This is pretty convenient, as well as down. So this is easy, right? Left, down, right, left, down, right, left, down, right, okay? And down, down, down. What is tricky is to memorize that when you want to jump, you have to press this down button. If you can observe here, is also bigger. So it's easy for you to keep on track of this, right? So press up, up, up. My main word of advice for you is to train your brain to understand the down button is up. Is basically put on practice and keep your thumbs on top of this button That way, your brain easily will understand. If you want to jump, just use the thumbs. What it can be a bit tricky or hard for you at the beginning is to keep your hands on top of these buttons, because I remember when I was trying to understand the mechanics behind this controller, I was trying to search for the buttons and moving my hands. Actually, the only hand you will move the fingers is your right hand, because you don't have 8 fingers in one hand, right? So basically, you place your fingers on top and you just move, back and forth or up and down like this. For example, I want to do this fan toss. So I do back, forward, 1. So back, forward, 1, right? Back, forward, 1. Back, forward, 1. Back, forward, 1. I'm using the ring finger and the index finger. And in the other side, I use the index finger as well. But the index finger is placed off my right hand. I place on top of the 1 and 3, 1 and 3. And you do the same for the other fingers. Oh, sorry. Another important thing, this is very sensitive. So try not to do a lot of pressure on top of these buttons, because you're going to press them by mistake, right? This controller is really good. So let's go back and see if you have 1, 2, 3, 4 for the PlayStation, and also you have the left 1, R1, left 2. Oh, I'm sorry. R1, L1, R2, L2. Okay, so you see, I'm still trying to memorize everything. So this controller is also a new for me. But what you can feel at the beginning is a bit discomfort in your hands. So to avoid because usually we don't use the ring finger and the index finger, the mid finger and the ring finger, usually we don't use them that much in the DualShock. We only use the thumbs and the index finger, right? Usually we do like that. Let me show you again here. Let's change for this controller. So now I'm using this controller. So if I want to do the fan toss, it's back, forward, 1, right? Back, forward, 1. Or if I want to do another move, for example, this special kick is down, back, 2, down, back, 2, right? Easily we can do that because we only using the thumb here, the left and the right thumbs. And if you want to use like a cameo or a grab or something, I can easily change to my index fingers, right? So when you go back here to the all button or the hitbox, we have to understand we have to use more fingers than we usually use in the DualShock 5, right? So you can feel that not a pain, but a discomfort in these fingers because we have the tendons here, the muscles that we usually don't put on practice when we are playing, games in the DualShock 5 or the Xbox controllers. But here, you have to place your hands comfortably on top, and usually what I recommend, place both thumbs on the lower bottom. One interesting and funny thing that I can say that is like thumbs up, okay? Thumbs up. Put that in your brain, put that on practice, and you'll never forget. So thumbs up, right? So if you like this kind of content, of course, thumbs up, and place the thumbs on top of this button, as well as the other 3 fingers on the 3 different buttons here. So you don't need to change your hand. I remember when I started, I was looking for the buttons like this. Even for the jump, I was trying to press jump up here, but there's no button. So I was like, what I'm doing? And the brain easily tried to find this button on top here, but it's just a matter of time. You get used to it, right? And also you can see here this controller also is very responsive. That's another important thing. What usually you can do using this controller is to do some combinations and strings or inputs in a very fast way compared to the DualShock 5. Okay, it's very easy and responsive. Okay, and you can do faster. What I recommend also to get familiar with the directions. Just try to understand and verbalize what you're doing at the beginning. So thumbs up, right? Let's do a combo with a jump so you can easily understand what I'm saying. Okay, so basically it's very easy at the beginning to understand that you have to press your thumbs if you follow my lead, like thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, right? I recommend to use the right thumb because usually when you do a jump forward or jump backward, you have to press one of these, or forward or back, right? So we have to do this. Press the both buttons together. If you want to jump straight jump, so you only press, with the right thumb. This can be a bit tricky, but put in practice and you get familiar with if you're playing, to buy this kind of controller. Right? Very responsive. What I still need to get more familiar with this controller is the right buttons right here. In the MK1, for example, this stance switch button is useless. Usually we don't use that. Some characters like Homelander demands you use this button, or Nitara, you have to use this button from some instances. But the most part of the characters you don't have to do anything with this. So don't worry, this is not a problem in this kind of fighting game. But here in the Street Fighter maybe you have to use more, I still don't know, right? But the top one, I'm saying about this L2 button, right? I don't know if it's clear in the camera, but I think it is clear, right? So right here. The top here is very used, one, because it's the grab, right? You can do the front grab like this, or, oh, I just turned it off, the controller, yes. Or the switch grab, or change the sides, okay? Grab, yeah. And then we can keep doing what we have to do with this controller. Well, the pros with this controller is basically it's convenient, it's very responsive. You can do all the combos you want in a fast way. It's very easy to understand. Your hands can be more effective. I mean, the inputs becomes more effective in this kind of controller. However, at the beginning you can feel some kind of pain. So also stretch a little bit your tendons, your muscles, your fingers before you start. Or also you can do some exercises to strengthen this area to keep them more strong. The muscles, even the special ones that we usually don't use in fighting games or another game styles. Okay, so also have those stress balls. You can grab those stress balls, press them for a few minutes, and then you do that every day. You keep this area more strong, so that way you don't feel pain or any kind of inflammation in this area, because you have to place your hands on top of these buttons, right? So what else? Yeah, I think this is what I want to share with you guys today. This is the first time I use this kind of controller. I find them interesting, okay, very interesting, because here I believe I can be more efficient, right? Also, the design is a genius design, because here you're not going to jump a lot. For jumpers, yeah, you have to train a lot to avoid jumping, all the time. But also another important thing, to get familiar, try to verbalize, as I said before, like back, forward, down, back, forward, down, back, down, 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 back, forward, up, up, forward, back, back, jump forward, or something like that, right? Jump, down. These kind of things, you can be a little silly at the beginning, but they are very effective in helping you to understand which kind of buttons you have to press in each command. Because your brain is always, constructing the orders of the things you're going to do in fighting games. I have to jump, I have to duck, I have to move, I have to do a dash, a back dash, a forward dash, or whatever, a marker duck, or I have to do a flash block, to avoid a grab or something. That's nice. But until you get familiar with all the inputs and put on practice on this controller, you need to go back to basics and really do this silly, homework. It's not silly, it's always helpful, right? Try to understand that. Also, some games can help you out with this part of the directions, and like Pac-Man, Bomberman, all these puzzle games that you have a maze, and then maybe this snake games or something. You can the Tetris, Bomberman, Pac-Man, this kind of games really helpful in this kind of situation, because you really need to be effective in terms of directions. Once you're more familiar with this, when you go back to fighting games or any other games, it will be very, very easier for you to play and have fun, right? So for today, this is the everything I have to tell you guys. If you have any questions, or if you need more videos, I'll be uploading videos along the time. This is the first time I play with this controller, specifically with this kind of fighting game. So if you enjoy this kind of content, if you have questions, write down here in the comment section, and I'll be more than happy and provide any clarification of any questions you may have. Also, if you like this kind of content and support the channel, thumbs up, click the icon of the thumbs up, give a like, and you tell to YouTube that you like this kind of content, that you want to watch more, and also is very supportive to us. We just started on YouTube, and I'll be more than happy in providing day by day, updates about this kind of controller. I also have another kind of controller that I did not try yet, but I'll do, and I'll be uploading the video sooner, right? It's another Hitbox. So this is what Hitbox is. This is what we have for the channel here. We'll be having fun, for the next videos, playing with this kind of controller. And here, once again, thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.